All right, guys, I wanted to make a video kind of addressing this topic real quick because I've seen some discussion this morning. It seems as though this might be an issue that might persist into the future. And it's like, jokes are okay, but I do kind of want to give a little bit of my side here just to kind of reel everyone in. This post right here on the Reddit created quite a stir, quite a storm last night. And I myself, I do not think this post is on the money. I heard Nano actually say that this is essentially, a clickbait post right here. And that kind of is what this is. Now, I'm just going to talk about some of the fallout of what's happening. But I highly encourage everyone to check out this video right here. I will have this linked in the description, and I will also have it pinned in the comment section. This was a stream last night that the Laughing Man did. The Laughing Man, of course, guys, is the person who does create the rates, Dokkan stats over here. This is the Laughing Man site right here. He did a stream, and he had many pillars of the community in there. D-Free was in there, Rhymestyle was in there, Nano was in there, Zenrot, several other of the Dokkan sub mods were there, Common, JX, just a lot of knowledgeable people. My boy Alex, Gaming Claw, all of them were there. Even Talon stopped by for a bit. And they kind of discussed their thoughts on the stuff that happened. And the Laughing Man and Renzi basically gave their takes on it because, they operate, Dokkan stats. They have DBZ space. So they're very knowledgeable about the inner workings of, the game and the database and all of this stuff. So they were able to give their thoughts on if they actually thought that this was possible, basically what the accusations were. And both Renzi and Laughing Man both kind of deduce that this is very, very, very unlikely. So if you guys have not checked this stream out, definitely do it. It's linked down there. Now, of course, basically, to give a quick summarization of this thread, this whole post is basically talking about the issue that happened on Japanese Dokkan yesterday, and also taking a bunch of anecdotal evidence here and then labeling it as fact. So basically what we have here is this guy did he kind of did I guess I would call it research into some very unlucky players who have, summoned, like crazy and been ridiculously unlucky. This is related to a real thing that was discovered in the global version of One Piece Treasure Cruise, where the rates were different for super whales. Now, the number one most important thing about this whole post is that these super whales, this is literally someone who is spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars per banner. This is not going to affect any normal person. Even the top tier YouTubers, Rhymestyle, D-Free, Nano, a lot of these guys are not triggering, even Living Ichigo is not triggering this super whale status. That would be over on One Piece Treasure Cruise. And so basically, it's just a lot of theory that this might be in Dokkan. And then with all the shenanigans that happened yesterday, with all of the banners being removed from JP Dokkan, the banners being down for several hours. And I guess what happened was a number of Japanese players were able to look in the character listing, and they saw that certain characters were missing. And the implication was then that there was, each person's account had certain units they could not pull. It was just they were actually not in the pool listing. Now, the one thing that this person, the OP right here, did not put in this post is that several Japanese players were also pointing out that they had the same units 2 or 3 times in the listing, signifying a graphical glitch or graphical error more so than foul play afoot, which I think is a gigantic point to make. Personally, I believe Akatsuki Bandai just had a lot of issues with the update to 3.8 for JP Dokkan, caused a shitstorm of issues, and this is the fallout for that. I don't believe there's any foul play at work. If you guys are referenced to this post before, I just don't think so. So yeah, here we have Kono, who is basically, the top mod over on the subreddit. right here, after some discussions with Renzi and the Laughing Man, I think the consensus is this is extremely unlikely to be true. I also believe this to be the case. Now, some things did happen today as a result. Bandai themselves did address it in a series of tweets right here. Now, the Google translations are very wonky, but I do have Koala-san basically summarize the whole thing. So here's Colonel's. I actually didn't see this. For all discussion, 300 stone compensation. Okay. Global shafted deserve stones. Okay, I'll talk about the global deserving stones as well. That is something big. So today, JP Dokkan got 300 free stones. Now, if we go down here, let's go ahead and take a look at the full explanation that Koala-san basically translated. So, with the introduction of version 3.8, there was an error that would display wrong info in the pullable character list of the gacha. Now, that, of course, is that post, I guess I'll refer to it as the clickbait post, shout outs to Nano for that name. It's very apt, I would say. Was talking about this, how the Japanese players were finding these listings with units, big-time units, LR Gohan, missing from their character list. Well, here, they're saying there was a bug in version 3.8 where the part that manages the memory did not function correctly, which sounds legit to me if certain players were seeing 2 or 3 of the same character in the listing. Therefore, different players got to see different results in the pullable character screen, depending on when you open the list. Because of this bug, memory got overwritten when the app tried to communicate with the server when pressing the Scouter button. They have confirmed that the actual characters that could be pulled and the rates were correct even though the bug occurred. This was backed up by TLM, Renzi, and Dokkan Info, who all had the stats compiled. All of the stats and rates were normal yesterday before the banners were taken down. This is why a lot of us were confused at the time, because everything did seem to be, running as we would expect. It was a normal 10% rate banner, the Kefla banner was, and then they just took all the banners down, emergency maintenance, all types of things going on, and it was kind of like, what is going on here? Well, here we go. Now, they wanted to reassure everyone once again the rates are not being adjusted for different players. Of course, the thing that was discovered in One Piece Treasure Cruise, the global version, of course. Now, here are the actions they have taken. All players on the Japanese version will get 300 Dragon Stones as compensation. This goes until the 29th of November. So, if you guys want to, you can re-roll. If you guys are like, global shafted, this is bullshit, you can start a Japanese account with 300 free stones. Re-roll for Kefla, for Physical Super Vegito, any unit you want to. Here is your opportunity. Now, also, all players that have pulled during that time the bug occurred will get all of their used stones on the banners refunded. Now, of course, that's probably not going to happen instantaneously. I know people did not receive their refunds yet, but that will happen. So if you were one of the few who summoned as soon as the banner went live, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, you will get your stones refunded. So they're going to have a full detailed explanation on the bug as well, and there's going to be another version update to solve these problems, and the Extreme Z Battle event will be postponed until the new version is available. We have more info from Koala-san that we're going to take a look at in a second about that. Akatsuki stocks on the stock market. Okay, so Koala-san is putting the stocks up right here. I guess this is it right here. See, here's the thing about talking about these stocks and things is it's very tricky business, because the game is a gacha game where people summon, they buy stones and summon. So of course things would tank when banners were not up for several hours. So that is not proof of foul play or anything like that. That's kind of like, it's related, but it's not a direct cause. Like, Akatsuki stocks are not down because the game was rigged, for example, if you guys get what I'm saying. Now, in terms of global, I understand if you guys might be a little upset that JP got 300 free stones and global players did not. But this was a very serious issue that was affecting the Japanese version, guys. Banners were gone for hours. You could not summon. Japanese players, were kind of curious. They thought they were being, bamboozled by Bandai. This was all, the 300 stones, in my opinion, is more of an apology rather than hush money, as some people have theorized. I understand you guys on Global might be upset, but I mean, Global has not had this type of issue. Like, the Global version was running fine. The JP version, was a flaming dumpster fire yesterday. This is the result of that, guys. I apologize. But it's not unfair to Global. It's not. I wouldn't go that far. Yeah, it sucks that Global's not getting 300 free zones as well, but it is absolutely not unfair because Global did not have these same issues that the Japanese version had. Now, here's the last thing we'll go over. Some events have been extended. Oh, let me make sure to toss that upvote there. Some events have been extended. So, I believe this is the Bio Broly event. Super Warrior Slam Victory Will Be Mine story event. I believe that's the Bio Broly story event. Yes. Okay, so that has been extended. We have 2 times rank EXPs extended. The potential orb event, that's big because that's a lot of extra potential orbs. As well as the current login bonus, again, of a lot of extra potential orbs, so that's very good. And the Extreme Z Battle event has been moved from the 16th to the 20th, so there probably will be another app date in between now and then. So guys, I just wanted to bring out this video. I wanted to try and let everyone know, I don't think there's any real shenanigans afoot. I don't think Bandai's cheating us. I don't think Akatsuki's cheating us. Again, guys, if you want to hear it straight from the horse's mouth, you want to hear Rhyme-style thoughts on it, D-Freeze thoughts on it, The Laughing Man, Renzi, Zenra, incredibly knowledgeable people in the community. I have the video linked. Make sure to check out. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, let's put the pitchforks down. Let's not go to war. I think this was a big misunderstanding. That is all.